Welcome back, guys. So I hope you're doing good, right? It's nice to see you guys again. So this is the last part of this chapter, Amines. So in this part I'll be discussing about your previous JEE questions, and there's some bit side questions too. And why to waste time, right? Let's solve these questions. Previous IIT JEE questions and some other competitive examination questions. So the first question is that which of the following is the strongest base? So in one of the part I discussed about your basicity of your amines, right? So I told you one important logic is that the strongest base is that base which is not delocalizing its electrons in resonance, right? So let's consider the following options: C6H5 and H2. So the electrons on nitrogen are involved in resonance with C6H5. Then para nitro aniline, here also what happens is that here NO2 is actually what? NO2 is actually withdrawing group, so its electron density is further decreased, so its basic nature is further decreased. So para nitro aniline is obviously a weak base than your aniline itself. Not only this, meta nitro C6H4NH2, meta nitro aniline. What is happening here? Also the same thing, the electron density is involved in resonance. So what is happening? Not C, not A, not B. Obviously here what is happening is that you have CS2NH2, that means your electrons or nitrogen, electrons are not on nitrogen are not involved in delocalization. That's why the strongest base is D. So the answer is D. Next, ethylamine on heating with CS2 in presence of HgCl2 forms. So this is a mustard oil reaction. So what happens in a mustard oil reaction? You have an ethylamine. So ethylamine with CS2 in presence of HgCl2, you will actually get C2H5 and CS. This is actually the product formed in a mustard oil reaction. So let's look into the options C2H5 and CS. So in the beginning itself, with the A option, we got the correct answer. So the answer is A. So this is a mustard oil reaction. Next, the compound on reaction with cold nitrous acid gives only nitrosamine. So which is the compound? So what is happening is that your 2 degree, if you have a 2 degree amines, you know that 2 degree amines, they react with your cold nitrous acids, they form an oily in presence of nitrous acid. So if it reacts with NaNO2 or HCl, NaNO2 HCl or HNO2, what is happening is that you will be getting an oily nitrosamine. So let's see, methylamine is 1 degree amine, this is a 2 degree amine, this is a 3 degree amine, it's also 3 degree amine. So the answer is obviously B, since it is a 2 degree amine. The major product is nothing but 70 to 80% of the reaction when your meta dinitrobenzene reacts with NH4HS. So this is actually what? This is actually a selective reduction. This is actually a selective reduction. So what is happening is that you have meta dinitrobenzene. So you have NO2 and NO2. The use of NH4HS is that it is a selective reducing agent. That means it attacks only one nitro and actually it reduces only one nitro. That means one of the nitro is reduced to NH2 and you have NO2 here. So obviously you have only one nitro which is actually reduced into amine. So what is this? Let's look at the options. Not this, not this, not this. So C is the right answer, right? We have one nitro group which is reduced. Aniline reacts with phosgene and KOH. This is also an interesting concept. Whenever you have an aniline, that aniline reacts with phosgene. What is phosgene? Phosgene is COCl2. So it reacts with COCl2, and in presence of KOH, you will get pH, and this is COCl2 pH, and this hydrogen is replaced by CO. It is pH NCO. So aniline reacts with phosgene and hydrogen is replaced, and you have CO group which is attached to a nitrogen. So you will get pH NCO. So not this one, not this one, not this one, and this one. So aniline reacts with phosgene and you will get pH NCO, nitrogen, carbon and oxygen. So the answer is D. So these are the few important previous JEE MCQs of this topic of amines. So students, after going through the video lectures and video solutions, so you might be still having some doubts, right, related to a new theory or related to a numerical. So what you have to do is just go to our website www.askIITians.com, and on the website just select the tab Ask a Question, and on the right side of the screen you can find Ask Experts icon. So on this icon just select your category. For example, if you have a physical chemistry question, and just post your question. Likewise you can post your organic chemistry question or inorganic chemistry question, and you'll be getting the solution and answer for your question within 24 to 48 hours. So guys, these are some previous competitive examination questions. I hope you understood how a question can be framed from this topic of amines, right? And you can see how important your diazoxide salt questions are important, right? How important are your properties of amines, how important are the reactions of amines, right? So the reactions of 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree amines, so everything is important, right? So on a whole, let me summarize what we discussed in amines, right? First I have started with the introduction, and in the introduction part I have discussed what exactly amine looks like, how exactly your 1 degree amine looks like, 2 degree amine looks like, and 3 degree amines look like. And I also discussed about the naming part of a given amine, how you have to name your amine. Afterwards, later on, I have discussed now how to prepare these amines, right? If you have an alcohol, how you can prepare amine, right? If you are an halide, how to prepare an amine. And after this, next we moved on to the properties of amine. The first property is the physical properties of amine. So in the physical properties of amine, we have discussed what is happening to the solubility of amine, what is happening to the basic nature of amine, what is happening to the acidic nature of amine, right, and what is happening to the optical nature of amine, which is also an important to be remembered. Last not the least, we have discussed about the chemical properties of amine, how exactly you have to prepare a given amine, right? If someone asks you how to prepare a 1 degree amine using NaNO2, you have an answer now, right? Likewise, we have discussed about the different reactions of your diazoxide salt, right? How to prepare benzene from your amine, how to prepare an alcohol from amine, right? And in the last, we have discussed about some of the previous JEE questions, right? So this is all for this topic. So for other topics, just stay tuned to our platform at www.askIITians.com, right? And you can find all the topics of all the subjects like physics, maths, chemistry and biology, right? So just keep watching them. Thanks guys, thanks for paying concentration. Take care, goodbye and see you back again.